Mm-hmm. I love it, man. Ok, chào tối đấy. Ở đây bọn đặt từ chuyện ở đây kẹt lên đây. Giờ đấy. Um, Greeting everyone. This is Commander Z. You are truly Kosaut. Today we're gonna have a special guest. One my friend. He's serving the SSP Secret Space Program. His name is Captain Mudra. Captain Mudra, he will be coming in. So right now I'm just warming the stage for him. So, greeting friend and loved one. Thank you for coming. Okay, Donna. Okay. Oh, how are you? Well, but, oh, it's amazing family that we have as Super Soldier here. I'm very proud of my Super Soldier and the fan, like helping. So it has been quite in a journey. So, honey, so what we're going to talk about is the event that went through, the thing that happened. You know, it's like a feedback, what to expect for next year and stuff like that. All the super angels have to help each other. I might bring Carlos. I need to make, like, it's good to have Carlos there introduce, and let me see. I like him to meet the family. I bring, hi, you want to come? Zoom. I'll bring David. Eric, Eric will be here also in 9 minutes. I want to interview. I want to you and Eric about the event or not. Feedback. Oh dear. My apology. I love it, man. The healer. So Eric, the healer. Yes, my apology. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. About the event. The event. Mm-hmm. Hi, everyone. The US. The healer as guest. Mm-hmm. Hello. Mm-hmm. Okay. Watching because I'm driving and can hop in 20 minutes, but driving. Okay. So ready when you are. Okay. Just click when ready. Okay, sorry family that we're delayed. Um, just let Eric catch up, do what he needs to do, to we're going to have him as a guest, and it's going to be interesting how Captain Mudra Okay. Okay, family. Oh, okay. Let's let's do it. Um, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm still waiting for him. Still waiting for him. Still waiting. Hi, baby. Mm-hmm. Hey, Scott. Hello. Hello, Scott. How are you today, brother?
Good. How are you?
Um, it is an exciting moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. I just saw the message, so
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure exactly what we were doing, but
Okay, I give you a
yeah.
debrief. I'm asking Eric the Healer,
Mhm.
um, Captain Mudra from SSP to come and share some of his experience and story on the event that happened on March. And
Oh,
how me and we talk, we pick up the dialogue from there.
exciting. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank you
So it's
for
good.
allowing me
Yes, go ahead.
to listen.
Oh, my pleasure. It's a pleasure. Your family, your super soldier, you know. Super soldier got to stick together and help, nurture each other memory so we can connect the dot. The end game is to remember ourselves completely in the life we were in. And I know it felt lonely, uncomfortable to basically um, wanting to remember stuff.
Hmm.
I tell you, family, I've been going through some, you know, changes in my work hour, and it's affecting, my waking and sleeping state.
Yeah, are you up all night?
Mhm.
You're online a lot.
Um, After this, I'm going to take a quick little snooze and then have to get up and go to work again. It's going to be interesting how things play out. So it's affect my consciousness, my adrenaline rate,
Hmm.
because when you don't sleep in the exact hour, it's kind of difficult to
Sure.
function. Mhm.
Changes your hormonal biology as well.
Absolutely. So how you been, Scott?
All right. All
Hmm.
right.
Yes. I'm pretty much
I'm oh, go ahead.
brave. Like James is very brave, put himself out there. Me, I'm very brave. Um, we're gonna have like people who resonate with us and those who don't, those who
Mhm.
think, we as super soldier community is nothing more than unreal. Does that make sense?
To a certain degree, yes. Yeah.
Yes,
There's
but
various levels of conscious.
exactly. But I can't say they're wrong because majority of the time we always feel unreal as well. When you're the only one have this familiarity and you born into the world where everyone think you're not in grounded with the known reality. And it can feel very, very discouraging, pretty much
Uh,
lonely, you
Challenging,
know.
yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
you have to be
especially
comfortable
you
in your
don't
own skin.
yes, information that you can verify, and if they take you to quote unquote doctor, psychologist, they say you live in, uncommon reality, to put in the correct word.
Alternate reality.
Exactly. And when it come out to be, most of the thing that people have a gut feeling of become very, very definite. It's real. See, me as Super Soldier, my training is to train with the mind, because that's the only thing that's safe, the emotion mind. And you have been with a few training mind. You see, like, it's not easy trying to say, is this what I'm doing real? Is this what I'm doing? Can they actually experience this? Because as a human being, we always tend to have doubt. Does that make sense? It's a constant
It
challenge.
also depends on your level of consciousness.
But once you understand that the mind and the body and the emotion connect to the same nervous system, then therefore the emotion, the mind can transcend space-time. That's when we understand the science of consciousness, how it affects reality or co-create reality. Okay, let me check on our guest.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Gabriel, one of Super Soldier. Hello, Gabriel. What's up, my brother? Is he connected? Gabriel, how are you?
Fine. I'm doing fine.
Okay. Trying to connect. Neighbor internet. Okay. Trying to connect. Okay. Now I got a message back. He's trying to connect to the neighbor internet. Okay, if he can't, give him a few minutes. Hello, Maya. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I wish I had some sleep.
Hello, Maya.
You're tired?
Yeah.
Hi, Gabriel. Let's see. It's Gabriel,
Hello.
teacher, and the Scott. Okay.
So the lack of sleep is changing how I perceive reality. Everything seems to be sluggish and mellow and slow. And it's like I'm in between the state of conscious activity and unconscious activity. Hello, honey. Okay. And, as a super soldier, people don't realize what is a super soldier. Ancient people called him by different name. Yogi master, the Rishi, the Kung Fu master, the Shaolin, the Taoist master, the samurais, the ninja, the Tibetan Buddhist monk. Does that help? and some people called him angel, a super angel, cosmic warrior, because they have magical ability, they have control, they have quantum ability. So if he having trouble, I should call him instead. Give him 2 minutes. Okay. Well. Oh, one time. Okay. Yeah. No, it's kind of strange. Okay, just wait a little bit. I might call him.
No problem.
Okay.
It's all
He's trying
good. We have time today.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's. Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm. What the heck?
I think all the event that happened where you bring all the super story together, thanks to Game Drink platform, it sent out messages to those who believe they are super soldier, and I has no clue how they got there and why. And that is the first sign of super soldier, but that's the reason. Like as people, you know. Oh, oh. Mm-hmm. Ah, your phone. What do it? Okay. He had to restart the phone. See what happened. Trying to use the neighbor.
Mhm.
Huh? Okay. So it's giving that. Hey, General
What's up?
Carter. Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Say again.
How you doing?
I could. Nice. Okay.
Coming in and out.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Well, we can call him up. Okay. Honey, I'm gonna call Eric real quick. Okay. Hello.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay.
It's saying excellent signal and the IP address, and I'm walking all around the backyard and
No,
getting
it's
close to
okay. Do not
my
stress.
neighbor, and I'm close to my neighbor now. It's not working. I'm
Do-
outside the backyard trying to get it to work.
Yeah.
Maybe I can call him and see it.
No. It's okay. We can do it through the phone. You know, right here. You like it that
Oh,
way?
no, you're kidding. So it's audio?
Huh? No, I mean, yes, we be live right now. Since I can't get you one way, I can still get you another way.
Oh, good. I'm live right now. Excellent.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining our show. This is Commander Z with Captain Mudra from the SSP, the German fleet. And I would like to introduce, this is a fellow soldier, and I want you everyone to warmly welcome him. This is Eric, also known Eric the Healer. Hey, how you doing, Captain Mudra?
Excellent. What a trip meeting you at the conference in Australia. So I had a really good time, and it's just wonderful to get people together so we can be with our star family and just speak the same language and not worry about being thought of as crazy and stuff because I think that people need to be red pilled and wake up to the that we've had this force for a long time,
Yes, that is true, because I really was surprised to even got to know you. And David, I have no clue. To be honest, I would just have no clue what in heaven is going on.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't have a clue either, but his enthusiasm for in the 1980s, I was going to all these UFO conferences and trying to get answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's an agent or what he is, but he was at all these conferences, and we became friends and got to know each other. And we always joke around with each other, and we try to do the conferences the way we wanted them to be,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can meet the people close up and I let him, we have a situation like Elvis and the Colonel,
Mm-hmm.
I let him make money on me wherever he can, because it's a big gamble, and I'm kind of scared to, I've watched my friends in the booth go into debt really
Mm-hmm.
fast, even though she did the best conference I've ever been to. Where I met a lot of pioneers there, Dolores Cannon and Bashar and Michael
Mm-hmm.
Tellinger and, Laura Eisenhower and, a lot of people were at the conference. James Gillen was at the conference,
Mm-hmm.
and so just sometimes that things go bad, and you never know. It's a gamble. So we have that kind of relationship where I let him do the money, and I'm not scared to. I just want to build a strong foundation where I can just go off on my own and make a book and it goes out, and just get this information out to the people that from all my research from all these years, because I'm a pioneer. I met everybody, and I worked with everybody, and I went to Switzerland, and I met Billy Meyer, and I got pictures, and I tried to get answers, and so. I've somehow been connected to this, and I've always tried to convince my parents, that there's more going on. I knew it was a lie when we went to the moon, and they just laughed at me. So it's really frustrating. I've been trying to vindicate myself all my life.
Mm-hmm.
They thought I was funny in high school and just nominated me the guy to go greet the aliens when they landed. But I really like that, and now we're having a 4-year anniversary, and it's going to be exciting back to get together. And now that I've, I am wherever I am, whomever I am, I'm kind of infamous or famous or whatever. I'm kind of well known around the world, but not as much as my friends, But I'm happy that I have a network of people that I can, share these same experiences with and talk about these things. So it was really a trip meeting you. And, when you tell me, when you said, I know who you are, I
Mhm.
thought you meant, Eric the healer, and then you said captain, and then I said, oh, this guy knows something, and when you said all the things you did, it's just amazing how I know so much about, Sanskrit and different things, and you explain to me why I know these things, and it makes
Mhm.
really good sense to me, but I'm open-minded, that we can all be crazy too,
Yes.
to some people. So who knows if we're having a split personality and it's all we're delusional, but we really think that there's something to this. We feel that we work elsewhere and they're using us, and I don't mind in the sense that that hopefully it's good, and I think we're doing something good that needs to be done because there are people a lot worse than us, and I think we're doing good for the universe and humanity. I think everything is about to shift and come into a new age of enlightenment and golden age of a 1,000 years cycle. I think so.
Mhm. Yes.
Hopefully we see that soon.
Mhm. Well,
So what do you think about all that?
well, Captain Mudra. Well, I thinking you're right. Everything go to the dark age, the age of light, going through a cycle of consciousness, the Kila age, the age of the Mudra, the age of the how to say we call it the great cycle of the galaxy, and
Yes,
how the
very good.
consciousness,
Very good
yes.
with Kalpa and cycles. They're
Mhm.
large moments of time. Everything goes in cycles. Yes.
Hmm. And I think it's a good thing that that everyone meet, and it was interesting to meet other super soldier. Some of them is like, I feel the same way they feel. I'm like, okay, who is this? Like Michael J. Cole, I don't know who he was, and he don't know who I was. We both was having familiarity, but I was having insecure. It's like, who are these people? And then it's not familiar. I'm familiar with Jane, but then I met Veronica. I was like, who is this girl? Like she said she's a She-Hulk. Like, oh, it's like, oh, cool. Because and then I met the Green Giant. What's his name?
Yes.
Brad Olsen. And I think that's probably the Green Giant. Like maybe the incredible Super Hulk. The giant. And then I say, who is this people? I mean, then I realized, oh, they are super soldier, but they got, so everything, like you said, everything is so compartmentalized. It's crazy. You can't even make head or tail until the super soldier themselves come out and present their experience, their perspective.
Definitely, but that's on purpose. Yes, they compartmentalize everything. So people aren't allowed on a ship to go into the engine room or to be on the captain's deck, or because if they get caught, like you say, they don't want people to know everything, and because there's some people who aren't as strong-minded, they can be hacked into their mind, and that's why I feel really strongly about Source and God, and I try to be. My dad always said I'd be a preacher or a policeman, and I feel I became both really. I just want to do good and dispel this evil with my love and compassion. I feel that I have a lot of love and compassion, and that's what gives me my power. Is so strong in those things.
Absolutely. When my first encounter here, I want to get your outtake when you first met me, and how was your outtake on it? And when you met Unimetric One, and you met the Arcturian and Mother Earth, what was you were right there close. I mean, you saw how my energy is, and what's the difference between? I mean, can you walk me through from your point of view when the being come through the energy, and how does it change? How does the whole information change? I mean, in relationship when you met me, and how it's different, how it's similar? Can you elaborate each different super so you're also unique, and also including me? What was your experience of it?
You're Mongolian, right? And you're from Cambodia, right?
Correct.
And Cambodia, see, when I was a kid, I don't know why, but I had this little ceramic dog, and I called it Cambodia.
Oh.
And and it was in the 60s.
Mhm.
And I remember I was living in Iran. It was when I was getting my doing my moon visits, and going to the moon and seeing what's going on there. So that when they actually went to the moon on TV in '69, I watched it from a black and white TV in Iran, and I was shocked that they weren't showing what I was seeing, and it was a lie. And I was like, this is fake. What is this? And it's not. I was so excited because they're going to show what I've been seeing every night, and my parents, what I've been trying to explain to them, I wanted them to see what I've been seeing, and I told them this isn't it. This isn't how it is. And so it's the same thing. When I see you, it triggers. When you said you knew me,
Yes.
and you recognized me, and then you said captain, and I know I've had other experiences in my life where I've met my crew, and they've told me that, I don't remember when I come back here, and that they're really like crew, and I thought they were, crazy, some crazy, drunk at the park. But then I looked at the beer, and the beer was a beer I'd never seen before, which is impossible. I've been around the world several times, and I've tried beer everywhere, and I didn't recognize the beer. And then the guy was wearing a shirt. It was a Special Forces shirt, and I really looked closely. It was a knight, like a knight chess piece sideways with a bolt of lightning going behind it. It was split in two. And I tried to find it online, and it was a Special Forces shirt. And I was like, whoa, this guy was real. And I could tell that it was, and he told me that his job was to terraform the planet. And people don't talk like that normally, and even know what terraforming means, but it sold me. And then he said some other things I want to say that really, just to make sure that I knew that this guy was the real deal, that only I know about me and what I can do and whatever. So he verified that he knew who I was, and I'd never seen this guy before, but he seemed familiar. That I work with him. It seemed like I'm part of the crew and I'm the captain on the ship, and then some other times I've asked for experiences, trying to have for my other friends so they can have an experience, and really the most, the biggest ships came, and I think it was my ship. So, just that's all I want to say about that. So, so really, when I saw you, it triggered all these things back again. That there's, because I tried to tell James Rink several times, working with him and knowing him for the last. It's funny how I saw him on my birthday the last, 3 years, and I met and Penny was there, and Captain Terry, Randy Kramer, and so other soldiers. Have you met Captain Kramer, Randy?
Randy Kramer, the medbed guy, the medbed specialist. Yes. I never met him on like you and I met, but I heard that he is well versed in the understanding of medbed technology.
Yes, he is. He's the one I first really learned about a lot of things too. And it seems like I don't think he's telling me everything too. It seems like he knows me and we know each other. But he's a good friend. I really like him. He's a great guy. I like James Ring too. He's a really great guy.
He is a great guy because he brings a lot of people together. That is Super Soldier, and and I have to tell you about our Super Soldier. Super Soldier quite paranoia, even about toward each other, because and that's why, like, sometimes you see I spook, Jane would spook, and just like when I encountered a new Super Soldier in my hand, it's like, who is this people? I'm not familiar. It's like I don't get my spider senses of them. But when I saw you, I like, whoa. It's like,
there's no spook with me. I chase the spooks. I clean the spooks. I get rid of the spooks.
Definitely. When I saw you, I was like, I know this guy. He's the captain. Like Captain Mudra. Yes. And I remember your code, 298187. Oh, the Astorian. I mean, this is you work a lot with the elite dark scar and also with the reptilian on you mostly in science and also exploring and discover and also in planetary survey, you know, and also yes, also in the front line from time to time a different skirmish between territory skirmishism between the SSP and the Kilometric, sometimes the SSP and the Federation of Light, sometimes the SSP and the the neutral zone, we call the territory, where all three organizations claim it: SSP, God Federation, and the Anachara Continuum Empire. That claim the certain territory. Just you've been in a lot of moon battle, from what I understand, Captain Mudra.
That makes sense. That really makes sense because I feel it. And let me write that down, that number again. Would you say 298?
And then the flash just come. Just go ahead. This destiny code is in 2 level. Okay, hold on.
What numbers did you say my code is you saw again? Do you remember?
Yes, it's flash. Oh wait, it's 2 code here. I better not give the wrong one. At one wrong one, I get to you 2881983. Okay. Okay, this is correct.
Okay. We can go back and I'll take notes. I listen to this again. Don't worry.
Yes. Once I'm in the data stream, it just come naturally. I know. Yeah, be in the stream.
Doing your train of thought.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. Using your tool on stage too. Some people, were wondering what we were doing. It was kind of crazy, but I've worked with a lot of channelers and famous channelers like Bashar and people who are speaking it, and it's I think we all get information from beyond, and it's just we don't realize how we get it, and I think we're all learning more about our higher selves that we don't know, and this is the time we're being bombarded with all these energies from outer space, and something is about to go down, and we've been activated definitely, and things are happening and turning on, and our DNA is becoming more strands, and because really our DNA is supposed to have many strands, and it's the key to who we really are is in the DNA, just like the hologram has a little pixel, and each pixel in the hologram has a picture of the whole thing. We too can have our whole body with just a little DNA. It's all encoded in the DNA. So even though we've been attacked with this transhuman agenda of the genetically modified foods and the messenger RNA and rewriting our DNA, it's not good to have all this Wi-Fi bombarding us because it does change our DNA, and we have to correct it with certain frequencies and also superfoods like spirulina, chlorella, and they really correct and there's even a salty licorice, salmiak, in Scandinavia that corrects your DNA. And the licorice, the salty licorice, they do that for, because Scandinavians really take care of their people. And so, it's good to know all these things. And growing up in Iran and knowing superfoods and working in an herb store and learning about health and nutrition, and it makes us, Superman needs to eat superfood.
Exactly.
And I call myself a comedian superhero, so it just fits perfectly. They thought I was joking when I said I'm a super soldier too, but I really meant it. And I got in front of when James was doing some shows at the conference in New Mexico. I asked him, "Now, please get in front of your laptop so she can see me, the lady who's interviewing, because I want to see if she recognized me." And she recognized me right off, just like you. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think James accepted that because he was shocked that when finally, because I think you trained him on some things, and so when he heard it from you, it was good that he was right there, you know, next to me when you were talking to me and saying, "Yes, you're Captain Mudra." He's like, "See, I'm telling you, James, you know." I do these things. It's just why he didn't think it's because I don't think I worked the same place as James. He worked somewhere else.
Absolutely. That's why, can you tell me when you met Unimetric One or at the Acturian or Minor Gaia? When I was there and I let them use my physical vessel, how was their energy like? How about we start with Unimetric One, where he's like an artificial intelligence come from the future, sentient, you know?
Wow. I wasn't sure who you were talking to, but I really feel Arcturian. You know, when you look at my face, you can tell I look very elven. And Chief Girl White Eagle, you know, told me definitely that he was very Arcturian, you know, and he looked at my face and you know, it's no doubt about it. And they know, you know, the chiefs have had contact with these beings for a long time, and you know, we're the ones who have to wake up and realize, you know, these things. And they're interdimensional beings, and you know, I don't know if space is what we think it is. I think space is water, and we definitely have a firmament. But see, I think we use stargates and water and go through. We do different, you know, things. It's different. It works differently than the way people think. But definitely, there's some ground. There is a space force.
Yes.
So, and I think if you look at these. There's a lot, you got to remember, there's a lot of soft disclosure with Star Trek and Star Wars and you know, Stargate and you know, all these movies. They're you know, it's probably exactly, you know, like, you know, actually the flip phones are antiquated now on Star Trek. You know, we laugh at the flip phones because we think we're even more advanced. So
and did the I don't know if you experienced this part, but when we had the Acturian, what do you think about Unimetric One, the robot guy, the one? I mean,
yes, you asked me. You know, I think it's hard for me to say. The feeling that I got is that I work with AI, that I'm connected somehow, and I feel like it's always. I think that we work with AI.
I saw the video. I saw the video when the AI asked you. He said there is an infiltrator, you know, in the room, and then he say the AI addressed you. He said, "Well, do I have permission to go ahead and proceed with the determination?" And you say yes. I'm like, whoa, we get command. It's like Captain is at work. I was like, dang, Captain Mudra is in action.
Well, let me tell you, we've been attacked several shows. You know, it's hard, and usually I'm the tiger who jumps in and goes after these people. I remember one time I was interviewing. You know, we're the original Gene Decode. You know, I'm the original Gene Decode. I was interviewing Patty Broussard, and you know, she's the one who made the computers for NASA. And I was interviewing her, talking about Hillary. And this was the helicopter passed right over me. Wow.
Yes.
And so we were interviewing Patty Broussard, and this lady in the back, she was so mad at us because we were exposing Hillary and her long trail of dead bodies, and how you know, how diabolical she was, and how she's not going to win the election. And she shot me with this weapon, and it was like a directed energy weapon. The back of my head started getting hot.
Oh.
I turned to Sardi. I said, "Sardi, I'm being attacked." And just when I said that, his phone went on again. And the disc we were making of the show that we were streaming, it burned a hole in the disc. And everybody's phone went off, and everybody's phone was going on, and you could hear all the different sounds that all the different phones made when they turned on. And she had this little remote control that she shot, and like like some kind of EMP, electromagnetic pulse burst or something, or some kind of weapon. And I felt the back of my head get hot. And I turned around and I looked right at her, and she was, I guess I shot her with a laser with my eyes or something.
It's called torsion field. Yeah, they're using, Captain, I think they're using consciousness torsion field, consciousness as weapon, or torsion, like psychotronic enhancer, you know. And that's what
she had a little remote control in her hand, and it was something that, it was one of those things that people use when they don't want cell phones to, people to use their cell phones, so they turn on the signal. And it was one of those tools, and I could feel it in the back of my head, and I caught her out, and she dropped her business card as she ran away, so I know exactly who she is, and she was saying that she worked in Congress with Hillary, and it's just these people, the story. I think that they call the Secret Service call her Evergreen, and Evergreen is the ship that was stuck. Turns out to be owned by her, and the callers of the ship was H3RC for Hillary Rodham Clinton. And Rodham means Rotterdam, and that ship was going to Rotterdam. But see, these ships, they couldn't get subpoenas to go and check everything on the ship, but they created this emergency situation. See, he was the best pilot using that ship, and he actually drew the shape of a penis before and that ship, he wedged it right afterwards, and it was the only place really you could wedge it, because the Suez Canal is pretty big, and it was really the only place you could wedge it. But let me tell you, that's a great way we're going to see a lot of arrests coming down, and I think that's what really changes. I think that's the activation energy and what changed everything. The flip, that's how the flip is happening. See, now we're on the offensive, and we're not and we're taking the offensive now and bringing down the deep state cabal. And I think that we're going to meet our star family soon and learn about the secret space program. And actually, I think I'm, working, it sounds crazy for me to say, but Trump came from the future. He went back in time to 1985 to find me and tell me how great work I was doing, what he liked. But I didn't do it yet, so I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he meant by skateboarding and chasing down the criminals in the theater, because he worked next to me in the Century City. But last year I saw some pictures of him, and I was just shocked, because I saw the hair he had, and he looked too young. And then I realized his uncle had time travel technology with Tesla and free energy devices, and that he traveled back in time and met me, and because he told me he was going to become president. He knew that for sure, and he was going to clean this mess up. And I told him, I laughed, and I said that there was a low level of consciousness, and he laughed too, and he said, yeah, but, and then he said, seriously, but we have to use these people to get where we're going. And so he used them to get where we're going, and I know that he's still working with us. And it's kind of obvious to me that, Biden's not president. He's still the president, because you cannot impeach anybody else but the current president, and they try to impeach him. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And also, he's on the Air Force One. Biden isn't. If you look at Monkey Works, you look at the call letters, the A plane the president's on is supposed to be Air Force One. So they're not calling Air Force One whatever Biden's on, and he's on like old planes, and the military guys are all shabby looking. And I helped train martial arts these guys, and that's not how they look. They're always sharp and the best dress decked out or some sporty thing, but no way. She's not in the White House. She's in Castle Rock Entertainment, studio of Opie, Ron Howard of Castle Rock in Culver City, I think. We're going to see all these things come out soon, and this is what really that we've been working on, and I think that these are. So we're going to just get this information, and I think people are ready to hear these kind of things. you know, because we're ready. I'm ready for free energy. I'm
Mhm.
ready for my spaceship. I wanna go places fast and not, you know, travel so far. I want to see places from up above, and I don't want to keep paying for, you know, I don't have money. Why do we need money? Why do we need money? You know, we can, you know, have a gifting society or something where everybody is rich and has what they want, you know,
Absolutely.
and makes what they need. You know, we have all these replicator technology, and why not? You know, and we all work together for the good of humanity, and it's a no-brainer. You don't. Money was invented by these the evil all-moon cult, you know, where the priests in Egypt and they went to Europe to become kings and came to America to become presidents. And so we've been ruled and controlled by these, you know, Anunnaki, whatever, you know, our tinkered, our DNA has been tinkered with.
Mhm.
We've been a slave race for a long time, and it's time for it to be over and join our star family and start making, you know, beautiful art. See, what we have is creativity. What people don't have that we have is creativity. And we can do so many things creatively and think of new ideas and that's why they borrow our alien babies, the human babies, to be with the alien babies, because our babies are creative and they want that creativity passed on to their babies.
Correct.
You know, and so, and I think I've been so lucky to be sitting in a bar and see two adults recognize each other from being babies on a spaceship playing as a kid, and immediately recognize each other. And I mean, no way they can be the best actors, but they can't fake that stuff, you know.
Definitely. Well, what do you think, Captain? What do you think they did? They devised the part of the secret SSP that I brought back from the future, and I replicated here in this time, and I want to give you one.
I think it's a good tool. I think it's a very interesting tool. Did you make that?
Yes, I did. I made the one that I give you, and I want to give Siet and Alan.
Like
yes.
I've been looking at it, and I really like it. I think that it's a good tool for connecting, but I think that I already connect.
Yes.
You know, without it. I think I connect without it, but it's a good tool to have to connect.
For new people, they never connect with
the
the higher consciousness, you know. And so the two become, you're right, the two become a training tool, a training mirror. Yes.
It is, and it's a good tool for me to help, you know, to help people too, because I have a lot of these tools myself, the tensor scalar rings. You know, I met Slim Sperling, who rediscovered this ancient technology, and that's a great story too. He was he's a cute little skinny guy with cowboy hat, cowboy, you know, jeans, and he walked into this grocery store I was working at, and he had these two L-shaped coat hangers. And he walks in, and the coat hangers point at me, and then he goes, "Wow!" And everybody looks at him, and he runs out of the store. We all look at each other like, "Well, what the hell?" And then he walks in again, and his coat hangers swing around, and they point at me. And then he goes, "Wow! I'm Slim Sperling, and I'm a national pop bouncer, and you and my friend have a lot of energy. I tracked you from 5 miles back." And I was like, "Wow, 5 miles, huh?" I said, I didn't know my energy goes that far. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't know what you're doing, but it's working." I said, "You know, I've been doing a lot of crazy things in my life, and I'm embarrassed to tell you, but thank you for the verification, because I know it's working now." And we became friends, and he made these harmonizers and stuff. I wish I bought them. He told me to dip them in silver and gold, and I said, "If you have a mirror here in Santa Monica, why do I need to buy them? Because they're working here." And I wish I bought him. I didn't know he was going to be who he was and how great this work.
Wow.
I didn't know how great it was, because my hand was injured from kickboxing. I had hit I did a hook incorrectly, and I didn't have it flat, and it sprained my wrist, and it was taking a long time to heal.
Mhm.
So I told him, he actually finally me pay, and I told him, because he saw my wrist was a little sore, so he took this ring, and he put my hand in the ring.
Wow.
And the next week he came back, my hand was healed.
Mhm.
I said, what did you do? And he totally corrected the energy, and it manifested in my body. So I saw it work, and I got into it, and I really liked it. And I got, and he told me how to make them, and how to set the intention into the wire when you're twisting it clockwise, and how to cut it exactly to sacredmeasures.com. There was no internet back then, but I know that at sacredmeasures.com, they have all the different exact measurements. But there's my friend Brian Besco that I met later. I told him that his stuff as a vendor, he was in my show. I told him that stuff looked like Slim Springs. He goes, you know Slim? Because he studied everything Slim taught. And Brian is excellent. I'm wearing a lot of his tools. Brian Besco, you got to check his website out at twistedsage.com.
Mhm.
He has a lot of scalar tools that I really like and wear. And I gave him some ideas too to put things together that I found work, the energies, and he has a gifted sister that is really knows feels energies too. So, but he's really a great guy, and I've met him and worked with him many different times. So it's great. So it's great that you're making those. It looks like in that line,
Mhm.
and I tried to get a point of view of the guy who was there, but he said he didn't like to critique other people's works, So
Mhm.
anyway, I liked it, and I'm interested, and I'm always pushing tools and seeing what they can do, and trying to get a feel for things. I want to know everything, and so I can put everything in perspective and see what's useful and what I can use. It's just like the Jeet Kune Do, the John Fong Gung Fu, the Bruce Lee style. Everybody's JKD is different. It's you take the best of all the different things you learn and you make it your own.
Mhm.
So if you don't like something or you're not into that, go research and study something else and look into something else. Maybe that's not your strength, your forte, the strength. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Okay. Absolutely. Any closing word for everyone, and how did the event help you and help the Super Soldier family community?
yeah, I want to say that I know that this conversation has triggered a lot of people,
Mhm.
and they know that they're super soldiers too. They wake up with bruises. They feel like they've been working all night on ships, and they know something weird is going on. Maybe they've, like me, they've seen their sister be floated through a wall out to a spaceship on the side of the street. Or I want you to know that I've done a lot of research, and I'm happy to help you. And it's easy to find me, Eric the Healer.
Mhm.
And I want to thank you for creating the space for us to have this conversation about
Thank
my
you.
favorite topic.
Mhm.
And thank you for reaching out and telling me that you recognize me and vindicating me that we're both crazy.
It's okay. Let's use better word. We have an alternative experience, that we're familiar with.
We do. I
Mhm.
like to joke about it, but
Yeah.
yes, we have, seriously, on a serious note, we have alternative experiences that,
Mhm.
like you say, we do many different things. And,
Exactly. And we
and then we work in the daytime.
exactly got a day job. I do encourage our Super Soldier who think they are Super Soldier to come forward and share each other's story. And I would like to invite other Super Soldier as a guest to share too. And Eric would like to invite people maybe to his podcast too, if he have one, and and go from there.
When I'm kicked off Facebook, I'm kicked off LinkedIn. When I'm kicked off Facebook, now I've got my ericthehealer.com website, but I'm not really. I'm just saving that for backup, But right now I'm just tying up loose ends, and things are still going down, and I'm still whistleblowing for the state, And
Mhm.
I was just telling Michael Jaco and some other people that, the hollow point bullets that I saw underneath my state buildings across the street from the Capitol. I looked last week into that room and it was empty. It was like there wasn't as much ammo in there as before. I mean, it was like before it was like almost 100%, 90% filled. Now it was like 10% filled. So I think that the deep state has armed the Antifa, BLM, Black Lives Matter people.
Mhm.
So, and these aren't, because how can holocaust bullets be for 4 different agencies, How can, I don't think it's legal for our law enforcement to have holocaust, and that's what these bullets were. I'm not stupid, and I know exactly what I saw. And they're gone now, and they're out in people. Now I don't want to use fear porn and make it scary or say anything, because I know that we got this, and I know that they're divine beings helping us.
Mhm.
So, but at the same time, I want you to know, I think this is the time for people to wake up, see
Mhm.
that this is what the deep state was trying to do to us. This is why I was a whistleblower from
Mhm.
the 80s and 90s, trying to just wake people up and look at what they were trying to do to us. And that's why, it's not Agenda 21 anymore, it's 2030, because we keep pushing it back, because we keep exposing them and pushing it back. But it's not going to work. I think we got them. I think they're on the moon.
I think-
we're in prison on the moon.
Yes.
And
And-
I think that, because that's the only safe place for
Yes.
anybody, because when people find out what these guys do, they're not going to be safe.
Definitely.
The safe place for these people to be is on the moon. So,
Yes. Yes.
we're gonna find out
There's a
what's
city,
happening.
there's many city on the moon, on the surface and also underground. But I would like to know that, reassure everyone that consciousness is a power source and it can change bad circumstance to good. Barame, please change the circumstance also, so including me, from negative to positive and give us well-being completely. You do that for me, Barame Universe, and also clear our mind, emotion, body, and spirit from our negativity, from our negative implant, and remove our super stress, our body, emotion, mind, spirit. And Barame Universe, please also provide food and water and medicine, and let it duplicate, go to everyone in Zoom, YouTube, and to Eric, and to my son, to my wife, my kid, my mother, father-in-law. Let us become good health now. Let us the only positive circumstance from this day on forward. You do that for me, by my universe. My mind says yes. Okay, thank you. And your consciousness also, if you who is trapped, in relationship to the back and all that kind of stuff, just ask the bottom of the universe, which is God in you, to transform, in case you cannot get a no scenario predicament, but you can't get away from it. You can ask it to the bottom of the unit to change the vax into multivitamin, and we don't want to fear, because we have the spirit within us, the consciousness, all that is, it has the ability to change. So I want to say that basically. What do you think about that, Captain Mudra, about consciousness changing?
No doubt about it. I believe that you have to think about it this way. Since we live in the matrix, we are holograms. Okay, we're zeros and ones. We're animating these bodies with our spirit, we're life force, and we create the timeline. That's why we have to think positively and master our consciousness and mind. So deep meditation and contemplation and clearing the mind, and then also I do the Shilajit, blackoxygenorganics.com. blackoxygenorganics.com. But if you go / Eric the Healer, I get credit. And it's very rich folic minerals and humic acid. And it's part of my Superman kind of program. And also, don't drink more than 8 ounces a day of kombucha. Kombucha is really great probiotics, but don't finish that whole bottle of 16 ounces. It's 2 servings, and it's toxic for your liver. So drink 8 ounces a day of kombucha and try to make it yourself. And pay attention to your gut and detox always if you can.
All right.
Detoxes. So
excellent.
So that's all I want to say, really, and know that we got this. Don't have fear. Those are the polarities: fear and love. Live in love. Have no fear.
And believe in yourself. Believe in your body, emotion, mind, and spirit, and also your experience, because you are God. That's it.
Yes.
You are co-creator.
Yes, beautiful.
Mhm. Okay, thank you, Captain Mudra. Thank you for coming to the show. And
Thank you. Anytime. I look forward to working with you in the future.
absolutely.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure meeting you. And I'm sorry I couldn't get my.
No, you need to go eat now, sir. You need to go eat and rest. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining the Zoom. And this is Eric the Healer, also known in SSP as Captain Mudra from the mudric fleet, SSP fleet, for German dog fleet. Okay, thank you, and have a good night, sir. Okay, bye.
Thank you again. Bye.
Yay!
Let's debrief. How you like that?
Awesome.
It was good.
Yeah, that was great.
He's
I would
not,
like to
yeah,
have
he's
guests
gifted.
to come.
Mm.
He's good. I love Eric. He's funny.
Mhm. It
He's a
is.
character. He's such a character in
Oh.
person. I wish everyone could see him because he's just like how you hear him speaking. That's how you see him. He's like, he looks like he would be like this big old powerful image, but he's not. He's like this, like not tall, not short, a little on the shorter side, but just like this friendly, outspoken, and talks like that. Just talks and talks and talks and talks. And he's always wearing his necklaces. Those necklaces he wears. What are they? The necklaces he wears, those tubes, the cylinder necklaces, Crystal, that Eric wears. He wears these like these tubes, these clear tube necklaces.
That's probably argon generated.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. They're clear. They look like plastic or something.
It's very argon generated. He probably, sort of enhances energy with the flow, but I don't know what they call it. And it's amazing to have different pioneer experiencer and as other SSP, in the fleet come and basically share their experience. I think it's a beautiful thing. So
yeah. He has a lot of memories too. He has a lot of memories. And
so let me go ahead and stay, guy. I got to debrief you with something that is amazing. Hold on. Thank you everyone for watching. And next time, if you want to be a guest in my show or any super soldier, just hit me up and we make time for you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. And don't forget you can get my book. Okay. Unimetric 1 Origin and also Unimetric 1 second edition. So, and you go to my website, baramay1.com, BARAMAY1.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you have a wonderful good night. And Super Soldier over and out.